Hello there, and then welcome to a brand new video. This is Hub Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. Now we are starting a new topic, that is algebraic expression, and there will be a playlist on it just as the previous ones have been. Now in this one, we'll be looking at everything concerning algebra relating to our new curriculum. Without much ado, let's quickly go into it. Now, I would like to remind you that anytime you want to learn from these sessions, kindly get your notebooks, your pen, and then also try and solve whatever we are doing along so you become used to it. Maths is all about solving problems. So let's quickly go into algebraic expression. Now, when we talk of algebra, what comes to mind? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that has to do with using letters to replace numbers. There are infinite numbers in the world, and we can't write all of them. But with the help of algebra, we are able to do what? Write these numbers as variables. So what then is an algebraic expression? When we talk of algebraic expression, which is what we are coming to talk about today, it is a mathematical phrase that can contain numbers, variables, and operation symbols. Let's write that down. So as we can see, an algebraic expression is a mathematical phrase. It is a phrase that contains numbers, variables, and operation symbols. Let's take an example. So if we have, let's say, 3x plus 5, you see, this here can be said to be an algebraic expression. It can be said to be an algebraic expression because first of all, we can see numbers in here. You see? And then it contains variable as well. The x here is a variable. And finally, it contains what? An operation symbol. It contains an operation symbol, the plus over here. All right. So now that we know what algebraic expressions are, let's see if we can identify some of them. For this first one, let's say we have 2y minus 4. So 2y minus 4. This expression we have here, it involves a variable. You see, so our variable is what? The y. And then it involves a number. We have 2 and then 4 all over there. And then finally, it has an operation sign, right? So basically, when we talk of algebraic expressions, this is all we mean. So in the course of time, we'll be looking at how to work with them, add, multiply them, and then even in equations as well. Now let's look at the concept of algebraic expressions. What do each number mean? What does each variable also mean as well? So in view of that, we are looking at what a term is, what a coefficient is, and then what a constant also means. So we are looking at terms, coefficient, and constant. When we say the term in an algebraic expression, what do we mean? So the term simply refers to the part of the expression that is separated by addition or subtraction. It is separated by what? Addition or subtraction. So if we have 2x plus 3 minus 4y, which of these are terms? Per our definition, we said terms are separated by addition or subtraction. This here is a term. This here is also a term. And this here is also a term. The reason being that they are all separated by what? Addition or subtraction over here. In view of that, we can say this expression here has 3 terms. It has the 2x as its first term, the 3 as a second term, and then negative 4y as its third term. All right, so take note. Terms are separated by addition and then subtraction. The next thing we will look at is coefficient. Coefficient. So what is the coefficient? The coefficient simply refers to the numerical factor multiplying the variable. Numerical factor multiplying the variable. In case you don't know what variable is, then the variables are just the letters we use in place of numbers. So if we take 2x, for instance, from this equation here, or this expression here, I'm sorry. So 2x, we call 2 the coefficient. It is the number that is multiplying the variable. 2 here is the what? The coefficient, because it is the number multiplying the variables. Then our last thing we will look at is what? The constant. So the constant is just numbers without variables. So for this expression here, 3 is a constant because it is having no variable. These are what we call terms, coefficients, and constants. Terms do have what? Addition and subtraction, or subtraction separating them. Whereas coefficients are just the numbers you have beside the variables, or multiplying the variables. And constants do not have any variables at all. So if you take 4x plus 7y minus 3, for instance, in the comment section, let me know how many terms we have in this expression. Let me know the coefficient, and also let me know the constants. That is the constant or the constants. If you think there are more than one constant, let me know in the comment section. Now let's look at the types of algebraic expressions we have. The types of algebraic expressions. Talking of types of algebraic expression for the purpose of our study, we'll look at 3 types. Look at 3 of these types. The first one being a monomial. Monomial is spelled M-O-N-O-M-I-A-L. That is a monomial. Mono means one. So an expression with just one term is what? A monomial. For example, you have 5x. This is an expression with just one term. So it's a monomial. 7y. This is also a monomial. Then you have 8z. These are all monomials. Our second one is what we call a binomial. Bi means 2. So binomials are those algebraic expressions with more than, that is, 2 terms. They have just 2 terms. Remember, we said terms are separated with what? Either addition or subtraction. So if we take 3x plus 4, 3x is a term, 4 is a term, and then there are 2 of them. It's a binomial, right? If we have 5x minus 7y, this here is also a binomial because it has what? 2 terms. Then our last one we'll be looking at, if you can guess, it is what? A polynomial. A polynomial. So a polynomial, on the other hand, is an expression with more than 2 terms. It has more than 2 terms. More than 2 terms. An example is x squared plus 2x plus 3. We see this here having what? More than 2 terms. And it actually has 3 terms. This is our first term, our second term, and then our third term. Hence, it is a polynomial. Monomial have just 1 term. Binomial have 2 terms. Polynomials have what? 3 terms. These are the basic ideas or concepts we need to know under algebraic expressions. Now, we want to learn how to form algebraic expressions from mathematical statements. And we'll look at that in our next video.